I'm Tammy Morris. Welcome to the Interact Show in the 6th season. On tonight's show, you'll see music videos, school and community news, and sports.
Hi, I'm Donna 6. Also on tonight's show, you will see a comedy factor, an interview with Mrs. Keppler, and also a computer feature. Our first feature tonight will be sports.
Here we see the junior high girls volleyball team coached by Mrs. Denise Walker. The players this year are Brandy Vermilia, Stacy Sutton, Stacy Wisniewski, Tammy Reed, April Castle, Chanda Berry, Jody Hill, Stacia McCarty, Dee Dee Barlow, Betsy Donahue, Missy Merker, Barb Coyle, Wendy Gerald, Bobby Jean Palmer, Joanne Davis, Karen Jones, with manager Deanna Kilburn. Stop.
Doo-doo.
We now see the JV girls volleyball team. This team consists of Amy Baxter, Jody Brown, Nicole Buck, Lori Bush, Yuri Fayok, Sheila Groover, Tanya Ham, Heather Kilburn, Danielle Krause, Tiffany Landis, Susan McBride, Nikki Pepper, Jen Pepper, Stacy Reed, Katie Skipper, Michelle Thompson, and Charla Wright. And they're coached by Mrs. Vicki Richard. They've been having a real good season so far. As you can see, we've already switched to the varsity girls. This team consists of Robin Bentley, Dawn Bishop, Jen Fayok, captain, Beth Lovell, Hope McMurray, captain, Michelle Pepper, Misty Scott, Barbie Smith, Michelle Snyder, Pam Steiner, and Jen Ward. Their managers are Laura DeWert and Lucy DeWert, and they're coached by Mrs. Ann Griffith. They've also been having a great season.
Boys cross country this year is Chad Butcher, Chad Mockmer, Henry Stone, John Bagley, Brian Larson, Chris Metcalf, Mike Marbaker. For the girls is Jen Bailey, Tara Darrow, Nancy Barlow, Yvonne McCarty, Tammy Holmes, Valerie Turner, Coach Wayne Seeley, managers Peggy Fulmer and Jen Kelly.
And you can sing it note for note. Smile. Be happy. I want to run up here and go leaders like Henry. Yep. Big, nice, easy strides. And old Mockmer, he comes trucking along, buddy. Hey, Dan, buddy!
This year's junior high football team is coached by Mr. Jim Campbell and Mr. Miller Moyer. The players are Jesse Millard, John Bellos, Lauren Wisniewski, Luke Wisniewski, Tommy Groover, Charlie Groover, Jamie Harold, Ryan Morgan, Billy Madigan, Chris Radney, Charlie Conway, Jerry Brown, Darren Wright, Jason Lloyd, David Connect, Brian Graham, Chad Dietrich, Matt Mockmer, Jeff McFall, Jeremy Boyd, Gabe Strong, Tuff Brown, Shannon Terry, Sean Culp, Brandon Rydell, John Thompson, John Stull, Ronnie Mockmer, Brad Kohick, and David Paris.
You now see the JV football team, and coaches this year are Mr. Dennis Faust and Mr. Jim Reed. And players are Damon Perry, Zeke Downey, Mark Morgan, Terry Spencer, Paul Ayers, Jason Faust, Doug Stone, Jeremy Rout, Lyle Wisniewski, Sean Mockmer, Reeve Mott, George Schoonover, Chris Bright, Brad Wisniewski, David Mays, Mark Bailey, Mike Egley, J.J. Woodward, Glenn Griswold, Jason Davis, Travis Horton, Travis Haldeman, Mike Matson, Marty McFall, and Lance Larkham. They've been having a real good season so far. Managers are Travis Wilcox and Kenny Quayle. Here's the varsity football team. Damon Perry, Lance Rydell, Ryan Larkham, Mark Morgan, Jeremy Spencer, Josh Bruce, Jason Faust, Tom Lawrence, Tony Shattuck, Jeremy Rout, Lyle Wisniewski, Ernie Wheeler, Sean Mockmer, Russ Morgan, Tim Spencer, Rob Hill, Ben Thompson, Mike Morse, Shane Wilcox, Reeve Mott, Craig Rout, George Goonover, Jack Steiner, David Gilbert, Mark Bailey, John Brackman, Mark Janone, Keith Morgan, Wade Graham, Mike Egley, Larry Herman, Brian Hartford, Andy Spencer, Kurt Fitzwater, Tim Wilbur, John Holton, Jack Strozick, Glenn Griswold, Jason Davis, Jim Moyer, Jeff Pepper, Marty Brown, John Davis, Richard Hefner, Lance Larkham. Coaches are Miller A. Moyer, Jake Schaefer, Dennis Faust, Jim Reed, Jim Campbell, Miller H. Moyer. Managers are Travis Wilcox, Kenny Quayle, Brian Smith, Jason Quayle, Lyle Gleckner, and Steve Urey.
Hi, I'm Tom Boyd from Canton Interact here with Mr. Wilcox at the Mill Creek Learning Center. Mr. Wilcox, what got you interested in the outdoor club?
I thought there was an indication in school that there were a lot of people interested in outdoor type activities, hiking, camping, sightseeing, bird watching, nature hikes, things like that. So I thought the time was right to form a club. It's something I wanted to do for a number of years, but never seemed quite able to fit into my schedule. So now that I have no free time with all the other projects I'm in, I went ahead and started it anyway.
What does the club consist of?
Well, it's students from all grades, 7 through 12, anybody interested in outdoor type activities. Doesn't matter whether you're a bird watching fan or you like to hike and pick up samples of plants and trees and other things you might find in the woods. Hopefully it's going to be a club that's going to appeal to quite a wide variety of people.
How many people are currently interested in your plan?
We had about 85 people sign up. We had about twice that many come out to our organizational meeting, and for one reason or another, some of them have not come back to the meetings. Either the idea of having to have dues or the fact that they simply wanted to get out of class. I mean, it was quite obvious that some of them just decided to take the nice afternoon out and come out here for our organizational meeting. But we have 85 people, with the bulk of the interest seeming to be in the junior high group.
Is there a fee you must pay to be in this club?
We discussed the need for dues. Our prime reason for dues is for transportation. We're planning a trip, our first big trip to the Grand Canyon, Sunday, October 9th. We're going to be leaving school here at 10 o'clock, spending the afternoon hiking down in Grand Canyon to enjoy the fall leaf change, color change, and then we're going to roast hot dogs back up in the park at Harrison State Park. The dues that we collect, what we asked for was, the students set a fee of $10 per year, which amounts to $1 a month. And what we intend to do with that money that we collect is provide bus transportation, provide refreshments on an outing situation like that, or if some night we want to have a nightfall sky program where we can stargaze and try to recognize the constellations, maybe toast some hot dogs there too. You can see I'm big on toasting hot dogs over a campfire. We'll use the funds for that. And we're allowing people to make installment payments. We don't want the dues to be a financial burden on anybody, but everybody realizes that if we're going to be active and do some neat things, we have to have some money to start with, so that we don't have to spend our time involved with fundraisers rather than enjoying, participating in club activities. Another thing we'd like to do is possibly go to an environmental center this spring, like Shavers Creek or McKeever, and sample their classes. They will teach you various environmental concepts. All of them have nature trail systems. You can stay there. They have facilities, dining and rooming facilities there to spend, an overnight trip perhaps. So that might be our big spring project to work for.
What's your fee that you must pay to be in the club?
Well, the students voted on a $10 fee. We suggested first $5, and somebody said, well, let's make it $10 and give them an option of paying, 2 installments. So it's possible if somebody wants to participate in the club during the fall and they decide that for one reason or another the club's not for them, they can drop out of it, and they've only lost their initial $5 fee, which I hope they won't feel that they've lost, because we're going to be showing, films, and this trip to the Grand Canyon, which is open for anybody who's able to make it, was certainly worth $5, I would think, by the time you figure transportation and your meals in. So nobody's going to have lost anything if he decides to drop out of the club.
What equipment will you be using?
Well, we don't have any equipment of our own per se, but some things that I had discussed with the kids that we might find worthwhile would be topographical maps and compasses, learning some orienteering. I have made arrangements to organize a trap shoot for interested people. Of course, that's going to have to be on a small group scale. We will probably need to use a telescope or borrow a telescope to use if we do the fall night sky. Other than that, maybe some basic first aid supplies. I think a suitable topic for a meeting might be first aid in the field, survival first aid. Other than that, it doesn't take a lot of equipment. Some outdoor guides, like plant guides, bird guides, mammal guides, things like that. Books, in other words. There's no real special equipment needed.
Where does your club meet?
Well, right now, we had one general meeting for the membership when we organized, and we've been meeting because we've been forced to meet during activity periods. We've been meeting in my classroom down in F20 with just the officers and the representatives from each of the grade levels, 7 through 12. And then we get out a newsletter from that and make that available to the membership. We're going to have to go, kind of a scattergun approach. One night maybe meet on a Tuesday night, the next week rather meet on a Wednesday or something like that, because a lot of our members are active in other things such as band, football, volleyball, cross country. So it's pretty difficult in a school like Canton that offers so much to try to work in another club. Some of our major programs are going to have to be on a weekend, a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon.
Do you elect officers in your club?
Yes, we had nominations the same as for any other club for president and vice president and a treasurer, a secretary, and we also have, with the exception of maybe the FFA, I don't think any other club has a reporter, and that person's going to be in charge of the public relations, news releases, things for the paper, things for the Crimson Echo, PTA newsletters, stuff like that. That's going to be that person's responsibility.
Are you going to attend any contests or anything around the area?
Well, right now we don't anticipate any contests. I have hopes of maybe by spring getting a shooting team together, although I don't want this to become strictly a shooting, hunting, fishing, shooting club. That's not the purpose of the club at all. I know I do have a pretty strong interest by a lot of the older members in doing that, participating in that type of event, but that's something that a person can do with his own family, on his own ground with his own equipment. And of course the safety factor gets to be pretty big when you have a large group like that. So we're going to try to stay away from that type of activity, gear it more towards lifetime interests, bird feeding, birdhouse construction, things like that.
Thank you, Mr. Wilcox.
Hi, this is Jim Williams for the Comedy Factor and Interact. Hey, I got a joke for you. At a party, a young wife yelled at her husband, "That's the 4th time you've gone back for ice cream and cake. Doesn't it embarrass you?" "Why should it?" answered her spouse. "I keep on telling them it's for you."
I'm Justin Avey. 3 young men went into a tavern and ordered beers. The waitress asked to see their IDs. 2 of them produced the cards readily. The third, not quite legal of age, made a production out of searching his pockets. Finally asked if his library ID would do. The waitress smiled and shouted to the bartenders, 2 beers and a library book.
Hi, I'm Chris Sparta. A little boy brought home a $5 bill. He said he found it. His mother goes, "Are you sure that it was lost?" And the little boy goes, "Sure, I'm sure. I saw the man who was looking for it."
Hi, I'm James Pidco. The bright young boy who thought he could talk his way out of anything. Stumped by a tough midterm exam, he wrote this excuse on the cover. "Only God knows the answer. Merry Christmas." He got this paper back marked, "God gets an A, you get an F. Happy New Year."
Hi, I'm Sean O'Connors. When two feuding Sikh factions lined up, swords in hand, to fight it out, a social worker persuaded them to settle their differences peacefully. But Sikh honor demanded that blood be spilled, so the blood bank was called and each man donated a pint.
Hello, I'm Laura Clark, here for Interact. I'm interviewing Mrs. Keppler, who's substituting for Mrs. Lynch, who's on sabbatical leave this year. Mrs. Keppler, would you like to be a permanent nurse?
I think someday I would like to do that, yes.
Okay. How much training did it take to become a school nurse?
Well, to become a school nurse, first you need a bachelor's of science in nursing or some kind of degree in nursing, and so that's 4 years of college. For me, I needed an additional course in education.
Okay. Do you like what you're doing?
Very much so. I'm really enjoying it this year.
Good. And where was the last school that you worked at?
I've actually never been school nurse at any other schools. I substituted here last year a few times, but this is my first experience.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Nicole Herman, and I'm going to be talking about the Student of the Month. These awards are presented to the students who have worked very hard in their classes and have displayed warrior pride in their personal conduct. Jeff Wynn, Chris Mockmer, who has 3 nominations, John Walburn, Ty Hickok, Chris Hager, Dennis Ryan, Stacy Reed, Wendy Gerald, Lori Buck, Michelle Matson, Hope Marbaker, Michelle Thompson, Matt Lewis, Janet Dunbar, and Daniel Isaacs.
Hi, I'm Chris Iaconfora. NASA is sponsoring a Name the Shuttle contest, and our school is entering in it.
Hi, I'm Timmy Morris. The National PTA is sponsoring a video competition called Steer Clear of Alcohol and Drugs. We're going to enter, Interact's entering the Orange Juice contest this year and received honorable mention last year.
Roving Reporter again. I think we're going to go out here. We did it once last year. It worked out pretty good. I think we'll try it again. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Press. Excuse me. We need to talk. No, come on. No, wait a minute. I just thought, wouldn't you like to have your face on camera? No. Just once, one little time. Come on, chicken. This is good tax money. Wait a minute. Get a good one of this one, Mike. Check this out.
Feeling, Tim, we went through this last year, did we or did we not?
Yes, this is the same one we had last year. This is.
So
Marilyn,
put
say
the
hello. Say hello. I like this. This is cute.
Thank you. Too bad you went a little earlier.
We're going. Excuse me. Let me see your pass. Not valid. Give me it. It's not valid. Come on, we're going to the office. I don't know. Crazy kids nowadays. There's up the fabled steps. Last time we went up these steps, we didn't see too much up here. Well, I know what we gotta do. We gotta get shots at teachers, I think. We gotta see how many teachers we can embarrass. We already got one. There you go. What? Okay. Are you ready for this one? Are you ready? Behind the back trick. Let's not get him. Behind the back trick. No way. No. Sure. Come on, let's go. Come on, Jeff. Say a few words. Come on, Jeff. Jeff, say hello, Jeff.
Hi, how you doing? Hi.
Say anything.
What's this for?
Why can't you get married?
I don't know.
Jeff isn't shy.
No, I'm not shy. Just get this thing quick.
Interact, just messing up. Yeah. That was Jeff Pepper, first string football player. No? Oh, yeah, first string junior high football player. Excuse me, son. Excuse me, son. No, wait a minute. You tell me you're a 7th grader?
Yeah.
You're 7th, seriously.
Yeah.
He says he is a 7th. I don't believe you. I think you're 3rd grader. Do you have a pass?
No.
Do you? Come on. Behind the back trick. Marilyn, how's it going? Come on, let's walk down the stairs together. Let's go. Down the stairs. Come on, Marilyn.
So how come Greg isn't your tape man anymore?
These. Quick, get a shot of everybody. Do you all have passes? Because we now have your face on tape.
That's good.
The band. How's it going, gentlemen? Pretty good? Come on, don't get it on me. Get it on them. Okay, I like this. I'm staying. Getting tangled in my cord. Oh, I know where we gotta go. What are we doing? I think we better get. Come on, let's get. This is teacher torture right here. Teacher torture. Presto. Wow. Wow. Hey, that was just great. Yeah. You never know what an art teacher can do. Your study hall. Mr. Wilcox! No, wait a minute. Turn around. I left his study hall. He didn't sign my pass, so I'm not going back. Excuse us. We just wanted to see what we all do in study halls nowadays. You don't pass notes or anything?
No, this is what we do. Where's the grade?
I do that. Okay, let's go. Keep up the good.
Wait, we're going to show you what we're doing.
Okay, come on, man. What do you do?
That's what we look at in study hall.
This is what we're doing.
Oh, come on. No way. You can't. No. Mrs. Wynn, could you please take this from them? I don't really think they should be listening. You know.
That is Mom, is it?
No. No, it isn't on. The mic over. What are you doing? History?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Talk into the mic. It's not on. Seriously, it's not on.
It is serious.
It is not, no.
Hey, Mom, how's it going?
We're giving the people at home. Say hello.
Hello.
Say it louder.
Hello.
Thank you.
That's what I want to show you.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Oh, fine. How are you? You taking...
This is Interact.
This is Interact? What's it for? Well, this is Mr. Willoughby. He was the
How do you do?
superintendent when this school was built. Hey, you're going to be on TV the way it looks.
That's right. You're going to have to watch Interact now. You're going to have to. Yeah. That's right.
He comes in, and we're just showing him some of the work we did in the high school this summer. And he's quite pleased what we did this year.
Yeah. It's looking one.
Likes the idea of the Indian down there, and
yeah,
we putting in.
Good Indian.
Yeah.
It's a relative of mine.
We just came in, you know, wanted some input.
Is that on?
No,
Yes, it's on.
no, it's not on. No.
Yes, it is, because the little red light's on.
No, that's just a battery recharger light.
No, it isn't, because I know how this talk in this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Does it work?
No, it don't work.
Hi. Don't get a cloak. Do you want me to sing?
Go yeah, sing.
No, I'm not. No, don't.
Indian. Left. We're not doing anything.
How are you?
We're not doing anything really. We're just bugging people all day. Yeah. Well, my course has changed to general math and general English. And Tim Ways. Wow. Mr. Kraus. Mr. Kraus. Hey, we had you last year. How's it going?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Oh, nice tie.
Thank you very much. You must be buttering me up for something.
Oh, I do like the pin, though. That looks very
That's
nice.
a nice warrior pin.
Yep.
Would you like one?
Yeah,
Maybe we can get one for you.
that sounded all right.
How about your cameraman?
Our cameraman would love one, wouldn't you?
You can pin one on his lapel.
Yeah, we can walk around with the wire all over the place.
How's school going?
Great.
What classes you taking?
No, I got trigonometry and physics and English. I gotta take English. And world culture and sociology.
How's world cultures?
Okay.
What are you studying right now?
Russia.
Ah, very
Russia.
good. What part of Russia?
Everything.
The whole man.
Yeah, right now we'll do everything.
Are you studying mostly west of the Ural Mountains or east of the Ural
We're
Mountains?
just trying to memorize Russia right now.
What do you mean memorize Russia?
You know, all the mountains and all the rivers and the oceans and the rivers and the lakes. And
Where's the Caucasus Mountains at? Between what two bodies of water?
Black and Caspian.
Very good. You're memorizing it very well. Ural Mountains separate Russia which way?
North and
East,
south.
west, north, or south?
North and south.
Oh, wait a minute. Say that again. excuse me.
Separate. You mean separating. Ural Mountains run north and south, right?
Yeah,
Therefore,
north and
they
south.
separate
Right.
Russia.
They
East.
separate the Ukraine and the Siberia.
No, they separate Russia and East Germany.
They separate Russia.
The Urals? No, the Urals are right in the middle, running right down there.
Right in the middle. Well,
Right.
not really. They're more to the west, but they
Yeah.
separate the larger populated western section with the less
Right.
populated eastern section.
And the cold Siberian
And
section.
the cold Siberian
That's
section.
right. See? Well, I'm on top
Hey,
of
you're
things.
good. How's trade?
Oh, I love trade.
Do you?
Yeah, I love trade.
Like it better than world cultures?
Yeah. Well, no, Mr. Kirby, I love world cultures.
How many other people have you interviewed?
No, we've had the superintendent
Mr. Ness?
and the prior superintendent.
Mr. J.T. Willoughby.
We got them guys.
Very good. I saw them walking down the hall.
So did we.
He's at a meeting right now.
So we can't talk to him.
No, I'm afraid you can't talk to him till tomorrow.
We'll get him tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, we don't want to be in your way.
Okay.
So we'll get out.
Take care, fellas.
And by the way, my weight is 145.
You've been heavy.
Okay. Oh, yeah, hurry up. Who are you talking to? Do you have a...
Bob Clegg.
Who's Bob Clegg?
Bobby Clegg. Oh, my God.
You want to talk to Bob Clegg? Talk to Bob Clegg.
Hi, Bob. How's he doing?
Who's Bob? I don't know Bob Clegg.
Mike. Mom.
Yeah,
that's right.
Hurry up, people are going out of the gym.
Yeah,
All right, good. That's good to hear.
Faster, come on, Tim, move.
Run, run, run. I can't keep up with Mr. Cooper's pace. You gotta realize he's a gym teacher.
Can we go in the gym locker?
Listen.
What are you filming me right now?
Yeah. Say hello.
Hello. What, are you practicing for Interact?
No, we're taping for Interact.
We're taping. And you're not putting this somewhere? No, this is just practice.
Can we go in? Can we go in?
No.
Oh.
Tim is the roving reporter.
And we're just roving.
You're just roving.
We want to rove.
This week is Mrs. Rich.
This segment deals with computers and education, and we featured the elementary school this week.
Mrs. Richard, what is the essay about?
Well, the essay that we're working on is on alcohol, why we don't need alcohol, but they're doing a project ahead of time, learning how to use the word processor in the AppleWorks program so that they'll be able to use it for their essay. And right now they're doing an assignment. They're first making a letterhead using Print Shop, and then after they make their letterheads, next week they will do a memo on that letterhead, and then hopefully they will have had enough experience using AppleWorks that some of them will be able to type their essays that they write for English class on the computer using the word processor.
Can you point out some of the things they are doing right now?
Yes, I can. If you take this group right over here, they have already decided on the top of their letterhead what picture they want on there, and they are now deciding what their address or company name, whatever fictitious name they want to make up as a group. They're putting that at the top, and this will be printed on the top of their letterhead, and then after they get done with that, they will also design the bottom part of their letterhead. And then they will print it out, and they'll make 5 copies of it so that they'll have those copies to use to print their memo on next week when they do their memo. We have 3 of our computers grouped right here in the center part of the 6th grade area so that all 6th grade students can use them anytime during the day, whether it's a special assignment or whether it's a project that they are working on their own. After they finish their assignment in class, they can come over and work independently. The children have been urged to be creative in their letterheads and in the memos that they are creating. It is not anything set that they have to do. They're encouraged to use their imagination and make it interesting and fun. That's what computer science is all about, making fun out of education. This is a sample letterhead that I made last week in class for them to see. And I did 2 samples so that they could see the different ways that things could be done. And then they were to do their own this week. We have 1 computer class each week for each class in 6th grade. So they have had computer class so far this year once a week at least for computer science instruction.
Right, G, U, L. Yeah, but July. July 4th? Yeah. July 4th. July 4th, comma. Oh, July 4th.
After they have created their letterhead, they push the key to preview what they have done, and they can see a sample of it on the screen to see if that's what they want it to look like. If they are satisfied with their end product, then they press the key. Go ahead, Chad, press a key. All right, then they go down to print. Press return, and they will print it out on the printer. As it prints out on the printer, they have a choice of using a color ribbon, so they have not only just created something, they have also made it in certain colors that will show up very vividly and make it very attractive for their letterhead. Here we have a finished product. This one says Pet Shop at Print Shop, Computer Lane, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And then they have dogs at the top and rabbits.
Morgan, and I'm working with part of the 4th grade enrichment class here in the computer lab today. There are 2 things that they basically learn. One is keyboarding, which we reviewed last week, and this week we're reviewing logo, which is graphics and drawing and geometry. Right now I'm working with Travis Harkness, and Travis is learning how to use a geometric procedure, which in this case is a square, and how to make it into many squares and make a design out of it. And he just completed this very successfully. And what he's going to have to do next is to remember how he did that and choose one of these designs, and then I'll be back to talk to you about how we're going to go about doing it. Okay? Now, Tim Roop is learning how to make a circle. And this is the 3rd circle Tim's made today. He's making them of various sizes, and he's learning that with the repeat number, as it gets larger, the angle number gets smaller, and that determines the size of the circle when he makes it. There are many other ways to make a circle, too, but this is the basic way that Tim is learning now, and that's good, Tim. You can go on to repeat 60 now. Travis, which one did you decide on? Okay, what's going to be the basic thing you're going to have to do first, program in the computer first, before you can do the design? A circle, right. If you need help, I'm sure Tim will be glad to help you with the circle. You decide what size circle you want. Fool around on the computer and get the size circle you want, and then we'll go from there. Okay, Tara is also making various size circles, and she just came to the end of the circle activity. That's the biggest circle that she will make right now. That's a repeat 90 circle. And the next thing that Tara is going to learn is how to program into the computer. And she's going to learn some very special steps so that the computer will remember what she does, because up till now, everything has gone. Once she's typed draw and the screen is blank, it's gone. But she is going to learn how to make it remember from now on. That's called programming. And we'll have to go out and get a book in a minute. Okay, Tara? Julia is learning how to make the turtle move without drawing lines all the time. Her assignment is to make a square in each corner of the screen. And she's almost finished. And is coming out very nicely. Good work, Julia. You may go on to the next page now. You did a good job. Jill's trying to figure out how to make a half circle. She's just started drawing circles, and this is a brand new thing for her. Okay, you want to come on out and I'll get you low. Where is that? Oh, you're trying to make a triangle. I missed it. Oh, you did. Remember, you divide 360 by the number of sides, your repeat number, to get your angle number, so it'll come out correctly. Remember that? Okay, go for that. Okay, Tara. I'll be right back. Okay. In this program, 3rd and 4th graders learn keyboarding and logo and programming and graphics. That's basically what logo is. And then in 5th and 6th, they continue on with keyboarding until they finish the program. and they learn basic. They start out with graphics and then get into actual programming. Then when they finish up with that, they go into learning word processing, how to do a database and a spreadsheet, and other functions of the computer that will help them as they go through school with their academics. Each child, as you've seen, works one-on-one on the computer, so they go at their own pace. So somebody can be way ahead of somebody else, but that's all right. They are learning at their own rate because it's necessary for them to understand what they're doing before they go on to a new concept. So we feel that this has been very successful here at the elementary school. Yeah, so
who hasn't done the keyboard yet? You yet, Mark? What do you? Remember, people, we want you to give the add-ins and the sum. If you need to use the rods, you may. You start, Tiffany. Will you tell us what are the add-ins and the sum for that location? All right, can you speak up, please? What is 8 plus 5? That's a part of 13. Speak up so Martha can hear you. Okay. What's 9 plus 2? Yeah, and you were counting. Why shouldn't you count on any of the 9s?
Because you can add whatever the number is to the 10.
Well, to the 9 to make the 10. Yeah. You want to use that. Go down with a 5 to a 4, so it'll be teen 4. You don't want to be counting. That's too immature.
9 plus 10.
Well, but it isn't 9 plus 9, is it?
8 plus 10.
Good. 8 goes down to 7.
Well, I didn't write her stuff.
Charlie? 9 plus 9 equals what? You said 19. Put it in. Maybe the computer will tell us something. You're forgetting about the 9s. Carol.
9 plus 9 is 18.
Yeah, remember 2 reasons. All the doubles are going to come out even sums, aren't they? And the other is, isn't the 9 going to go down to an 8? Yeah. Better go over that one day, too. 8, please. All right, Nicole. Pardon me. It's Colleen. Sorry, Mark.
You ready? Yeah, it's cool already. Okay. Okay, I'm ready to tape. It's already going. I know. Are you taping? Yeah, you're gonna have to say something now. Hi. Now this is a 2nd grade class, and they just got eaten by a dinosaur. This is, I don't remember what company the disc is from, but it's a dinosaur disc, and there are different games on there. The one that they're playing right now is Dinosaur Hangman. There's an earlier game that they're playing where they match the names of the dinosaurs with the picture, and they're supposed to learn the name of the dinosaur so that when they play this game, they can type in the right letters for the name. Sometimes the names are a little hard. 2 working on a computer, Roman Schumer and Carla Ferguson. You know what that dinosaur is, Roman? Oh no. Well, we've struck out twice here. We can go a couple more times. Yeah. Actually, the kids haven't worked on the computer very much this year. We're still trying to get them oriented to our schedule and that sort of thing, you know. going to end with sore. So if you run out of letters, you can punch one of them. You want to see a couple of other things that they do as well?
That'd be nice.
After this, we'll go back to the matching game. They do know how to do that one. Okay, we're going to do something different, kids. You're not going to play that one again because... Stop it, Mike. This is Dinosaur Disc. There are a number of different games on here. We tried one just a little earlier that they weren't able to do. This one, they just need to match up the name of the dinosaur with the picture of the dinosaur. Some of them have played this, so they know which ones are which. I don't know if these two children have or not. On the left is Roman Schumann, and at the keyboard is Carla Ferguson. They're in 2nd grade. Still pretty early in the year. They haven't used the computer very much, so they might need some prompting here. Which of these dinosaurs do you think it is, number 9? If you don't know, just try a letter. Just take a guess. Just choose a letter and take a guess. Roman, you can play too. No, not an Ankylosaurus. Are there any of them that you do know? Pick those numbers first. Do you know any of them, Roman? Mm-hmm. Okay, which one? Pick the right number. Number 6. What's a number 6? Right. Do you know any of them, Carla? No. You know this one? You don't? Do you know any of them, Roman? Yeah. Pick another one. Oh, you have the right beginning there, but the wrong dinosaur. What is number 7, Roman? No. There's 3 horns. There you go. So number 7. Okay, would you like to see some of the math game, maybe? Mm-hmm. Okay. This is a math game that just reinforces our math facts. And there are a number of different levels that you can play. Right now they're at the very first one, and there are simple addition and subtraction problems. It's a race game, and they're racing against a car in the computer. And right now they have to answer problems to get their tires changed, to get fuel, to get their car all ready to run the race. Just as soon as they get done with the engine work, they'll be ready to race. She's quick, isn't she, Roman? There's Mike chuckling in the background.
I mean, it's tough
Right.
down there.
There's a different track, I think, about every time that you run. You guys are on the black track, and right now you're behind, so the faster you answer questions, the faster you go with the car. Oop. We have a number of different discs. There are only 2 or 3 that we have introduced yet this year, but we have quite a few different writing discs that the children are able to write their own stories and draw their own pictures and that sort of thing that we do get into before the end of the year. Right now everything is just they're still learning to use the computer, I guess, when to press return and that sort of thing. What's happened? Yep, push the 9. Nothing's working. How come? Yeah.
At least we're in the race.
There we go. That should be done, I think. Yeah, you guys are ahead even. That's pretty much all that does. It's just, you can change the facts so that there are carrying problems, borrowing problems. I'm not sure if there are any word problems on this disc, but some of them do have. We have different discs that they can use for telling time and for counting change and doing fractions. A lot of math reinforcement.
Turn around this way, Sarah and Anthony, because I'm going to introduce you two.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, this is Sarah Nolden, who's in my afternoon kindergarten class, and Anthony White. And they're about to work on a program that's called Reader Rabbit. And the section they're going to do is called Matchup. Push number 4 on the computer, Sarah, on the top row, sweetheart, is the 4. Okay, then we have to push return. Wait, love, until the red light is off. Okay, that one you didn't have to push, did you? Now wait until it finds it. Okay, now these are things to play with and wear. Can you tell what they are? What is this, Sarah?
A cap.
Do you know what that is, Anthony? I think it's something you put on a lady. If she doesn't like her hair, she puts that on. What is it? Sometimes you can wear a wig. I think that's a wig. And what is this?
It's something that you pound on.
Looks like a nail on a board, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What is this? A baby might wear that.
Yeah, it's a bib.
It's a bib. And what's this?
A hat.
Anthony, what's that?
Spinner.
A top, I think. All right, Anthony, you push return this time, and we'll get started on this game. See where return is right here, sweetheart? There you go. All right, now this has cards. Let's count and see how many cards there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And under each card is a picture that has something to do with playing or something that you might wear. And you move the marker by touching the arrows. Sarah, why don't you go ahead and do that? You can't go left. There you go. As soon as you're ready, push return and reveal one of the pictures. Okay, why don't you push return and just see. All right, now that's a what?
Top.
A top. Now, remember, take a look at that and go see if you can find another one. Oh, now that was a top and a hat. Now let's let Anthony try. See if he can remember. That's all right. You can just stay right there, sweetie. He can reach over, I think. All right, Anthony, use the arrows to move the marker. Okay, whenever you want to stop, push return.
Where at?
Right here's return. Okay, now move it again and see if you can find one that matches it. This is kind of like the game of concentration on TV, isn't it? Well, there's the cap. Sarah, you go ahead.
What is that?
Wig.
That's the wig. Okay, find another one. Move the arrow. Push the button when you're ready, wherever you think that wig is hiding. Push return when you're ready, Sarah. That's the bib. Anthony? See if you can find the bib or the wig or the cat. Now you can't go right. You have to go left. Move the left arrow. This kind of helps with teaching top, bottom, left, and right also. Okay, do you want to push the return there, Anthony, and see what's there? Oh, yes, the nails. Let's see if we can find where the other set is. Move the arrow left. Okay, do you think it might be there or down? Where could it possibly be? Push that one and see. And push return and find out if it's there. Return is here, honey. Nope, that's the wig. Sarah, do you remember where the wig is? Yep. All right, let's see if you do. Push return. Okay, now go back up there and see where that other wig was. I think you have to go to the left, don't you? Okay, push return. There you go.
That's our first
All right,
match.
right. And what you do is continue until you get all of the matches. Very similar to the memory game that you have probably at home. Do either one of you have a memory game?
No, but we have candy canes.
Candy cane game? That's fun to play too.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Candy World. It's I can't remember.
Would you like to do another game too? Something different? All right, this is Rosie Branica. Turn around and look at the camera there, Rosie. And she's working on a program called Match It. Okay, show them how it works. And we've already gone by, haven't we? We'll do the next one, honey.
That's right.
What happened was you accidentally pushed the question mark, and now they're showing you the matches, the capital and small. Tell us the letters. What are they?
E.
Good.
F. G. H.
Our music video tonight is Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. I got the hippie, hippie shake. Yeah, I got the shake. I got the hippie, hippie shake. I can't sit still with the hippie, hippie shake.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. The opening and closing animation credits belong to Bill Rusk. The opening of the show overview was done by Tammy Morris and Don Isaacs. Sports reports and statistics were compiled by Jason Faust, Nicole Herman, Brandy Harmon, Mike Egley, and Tom Boyd. We want to thank Mrs. Keppler for allowing us to interview her and Mr. Wilcox for allowing us to interview him about the Outdoor Club. We also want to send our congratulations and best wishes to Mr. and Mrs. Wilcox on the birth of their son, Skylar Dempson, on Saturday, October 8th. The comedy segment featured Jim Williams, Justin Justin, Chris Barta, James Pidco, and Sean O'Connors. The music video had help from Chris Barta, Molly Blaney, Justin Avey, Sean O'Connors, Nicole Herman, and Chrissy Akampora. The Roving Reporter had Tim Oliver and a cast of hundreds, or at least a couple dozen people. School news was reported by Nicole Herman, Chrissy Akampora, and Tammy Morris. The computer learning segment featured students from Mrs. Morgan's enrichment classes, Mrs. Richards' 6th grade class from last year, Mr. Rockwell's math lab, Mrs. Krause's kindergarten, and Mr. Benoit's 2nd grade. We hope you'll tune in on next month's show.